Hey, what's going on, guys? So in this one, we'll be talking about Next.js getStaticPaths. Hey, welcome to the channel. I'm Lax. I'm a web developer and I talk about Next.js in this series, Next.js for WordPress developers in specific. So I have a simple app. It's a quick demo. So here you can see I'm fetching news from WordPress news website and it just displays the news, and when you click on it you can see the detail page. So if you want to view the details, we are passing the slug here, like post and then followed by the slug. And so to make this happen, we need to use getStaticPaths. So let's see what is getStaticPath and how it works. So here first it's a index page where I'm just listing the post. So it's normal fetch. I'm fetching it from WordPress.org news, and then I get an array of posts and I pass it here as a props, and this props come here in this function and it gets rendered via this JSX. So it's a simple post.map. I'm mapping through this array and then I'm listing the values here. So here comes the linking. So I'm using the link module from Next. So this allows you to pass slug or any query parameters. You can link within the pages of your app. So I'm linking the slug. So as it maps through, it will link the items. So that's what we are seeing here. So this is a map, and this is the array, and we map through the array, and every array item gets listed here. So when you click on it, you can see the slug changes, and then the corresponding content is displayed here, right? So let's see the slug.js. So in your pages folder, like here. So in your pages folder, you have to create a slug.js. If you are passing the parameter as id, you have to make it like id.js. So I'm using slug, so I'm calling it as slug.js. And here is again get static props. I'm just getting the values from parameters. It's the query params. So I'm logging it here. When we execute it, we'll see what it returns. And then I'm just fetching it again from the same source, and I'm just passing the slug. So that corresponding item will be displayed here. So it seems like it should work, right? So we don't need to use paths. We can just we have static props, and then we have parameters, and then when you do it, it will work. No, Next.js expects the paths to be predefined. Like when you fetch something, it already goes ahead of displaying this one, and then it fetches all possible items. For example, if you have 100 items, it gets the array of all the 100 possible paths. So this solves, if something is missing, it will throw us a 404, or you can do something like you can redirect somewhere, all the other stuff like that. So that's cool, right? So you have to this is the function. It's an async function because we are returning a promise here. Export I'm fetching the same thing again, like fetching the news and map through it, but I'm just making it as an array. So parameters are the array, and then it has to be params. You cannot have a different object name, key name here. So keep it as params. But this one, it can change. Like if you are passing a slug, you use it as a slug. If you want to pass a query parameter as id, or you can use id. Maybe if you want it like name, title, or any other word, you can use it. And then here you can pass the corresponding values. So let's see what it runs, what it returns here. So based on that, we can see how it works. So here you can see I'm just getting the paths in this variable, and then I'm passing it here, and I say fallback as false. You can also say true. Let's see here. Yeah, so when it runs, here is the console messages. So you can see this is the slug. This is the slug that we are on. and this comes from here. So I'm printing the params. It says like slug is the parameter, and this is what the slug is. And here you can see this array of paths. What are the all possible paths are written here. So in this particular thing, I think I have 10 items. So all the 10 items have this one, like if the parameter is slug and the value is this, then Next.js will go and fetch it. Otherwise, it will say false. So this prevents like if somebody just adds a wrong thing, like a wrong slug, for example, if I try to add something here, and it will not work. Yeah, because I said false, and so it returns 404. So if you say true, you can have a fallback, like you can have a fallback message, or you can redirect, you can do something else. Okay, so that's it about this one. Like it's already shared. I'll add the link in the description. You can take a look.